Hello and welcome to another episode of Trust Check. On Trust Check, we bring you verdicts on viral claims made on and off social media that have citizens asking so many questions. My name is Hajara Husseini Hassan. With less than 30 days to the 2023 general elections, the amount of misinformation and disinformation being spread is alarming. Purveyors of fake news keep sharing new and false information about opposition parties, and social media users always aid them by resharing this piece of information without verifying. But a simple way to avoid becoming a fake news merchant is by verifying the authenticity of any information you receive before sharing it to help reduce the spread of fake news in society. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take on this week's claims. Welcome back. The first claim we take on is a purported message suggesting that the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Abubakar Saadu, has endorsed the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. Some users on Twitter shared the message under influential accounts trying to reach a larger audience. A part of the message reads, "Hold me responsible if Peter Obi did not perform well. The problem of the North is from the North, not Peter Obi or an Igbo man. It will be worse and deadly for the North if Tinubu wins. If they tell you an Igbo man is the problem of Nigeria, tell them Igbo man never ruled Nigeria before, and North is world poverty capital. Since Fulani has been ruling Nigeria, what has the North achieved? The highest number of beggars still in the North, not the East. All manner of death and killings happen here, not in Igbo land, while Fulani is in power. This time around, let an Igbo man rule Nigeria." Similarly, the message noted that it was directed to the Hausa and Fulani from the Sultan ahead of the elections. This is not the first time a message has been shared suggesting that the Sultan of Sokoto signed it. He, however, keeps reminding the public that he is not a politician and will not engage in such. In an interview with a member of the Sultan of Sokoto's media team, Bashir Adefaka said his attention was called to the tweet earlier. He added that ordinarily the statement should not be dignified with a pinch of reaction, but because of the need to put the record straight for the sake of truth-seeking Nigerians. Recall that this is not the first time such a misleading statement would be circulated in an effort to climb on the influential personality and name of the Sultan to score political goals. Unfortunately for these pitiable political campaigners, the Sultan of Sokoto is strictly speaking a traditional ruler and leader of Muslims in Africa's most populous country. More so, as a retired army general, his discipline, contentment, and honor loyal to Nigeria are non-negotiable. It should, however, be made clear to the good people of Nigeria that this, like many others in the past by the Peter Obi campaigners, would not stop the Sultan from continuing to play his role as a multifaceted leader and father of all. So his door will remain open to all aspirants across all parties and other meaningful people from across the country. Following verification, TrustCheck can confirm that the message in circulation suggesting that the Sultan of Sokoto endorsed Peter Obi of Labour Party is false. Going forward, a picture was shared across social media platforms and went viral indicating different thumbprint positions showing the valid and invalid ones. With election day drawing near, individuals have made it their duties to share information they consider useful but sometimes end up misleading people. Recent images of different fingerprints have been shared on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and even WhatsApp on the right and wrong placement of the fingerprints. According to this image in circulation, only fingerprints within the fingerprint compartment in front of a party's logo are valid. That is, if your fingerprint crosses or touches the line of the compartment, it becomes invalid. However, the Electoral Act 2022 states that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, shall use indelible ink for any thumb mark by voters on ballot papers. It further states that where a voter makes any writing or mark on a ballot paper by which he or she may be identified, such ballot paper shall be rejected, provided that any print resulting from the staining of the thumb of the voter in the voting compartment shall not be or be deemed to be a mark of identification. Also, the Commission noted that any finger can be used to thumbprint in the upcoming general election. According to INEC's manual for election officers, indelible ink must be applied on the cuticle of the appropriate thumb or finger of the voter's hand, according to the type of the election. For general elections, it will be applied on any of the applicable 5 fingers of a voter, but in the case of standalone elections, it will be applied on the left thumb of a voter. TrustCheck reached out to the National Commissioner for Information and Voter Education, Festus Okoye, on the issue, and he shared the Commission's 2022 Manual for Election Officers. According to this manual, only thumbprints placed equally across two political parties' compartments or on multiple compartments constitute an invalid vote. Ballots without any fingerprint or with the voter's name in place of a thumbprint also constitute an invalid vote. However, fingerprints placed within a party's thumbprint compartment, on a party's logo, or between a party's logo and its thumbprint compartment constitute a valid vote. Going by the information gathered from the INEC Manual for Election Officers, the picture in circulation is misleading and should be disregarded. The last claim was made on Twitter. The Twitter user made a bold statement stating that the Dangote refinery will be commissioned on January 24, 2023. The tweet garnered a lot of reaction before the user deleted it, but was shared by some online blogs and news media. Similarly, a reputable paper carried the same story, saying the refinery will be slated to be commissioned on the same day. TrustCheck sought to verify the information, and checks revealed there was no official announcement by Dangote to commission the refinery on January 24, 2023. Also, the group head of corporate communications at the Dangote Group, Anthony Chejina, confirmed to TrustCheck that the reports making the rounds are not true. He said the Dangote petrochemical refinery will be commissioned when all arrangements are concluded, and a formal announcement will be made in that regard. He added that the general public should discard the reports making the rounds. Based on available information, TrustCheck can confirm that the claim suggesting Dangote refinery will be commissioned in January is false. Now to our Need to Know segment, we'll be educating you on the important features of a permanent voter's card, PVC. Since the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, announced the date for the collection of PVCs, Nigerians have been diligent with the collection to enable them cast their votes in the upcoming elections. The PVC is like a meal ticket on election day that allows all eligible voters to cast their votes. But what are the features of a permanent voter's card? Let's start with the polling unit code. The polling unit code is a 9-digit code located at the top right of the PVC. The first 2 digits represent the number of the holder state. For example, Abia State is 01, Adamawa is 02, the FCT is 37. The 2 digits after represent the local government area. The next 2 digits represent the ward, and the last 3 digits represent the polling unit code, PU. Next is the voter's image, which is located under the polling unit code. Then the voter identification number, which is parallel to the polling unit code. Another feature is delimitation, located just below the VIN and carries the name, state, LGA, and ward of the voter. A voter card, as you know, must carry the full name of the holder, and this is located below the VIN right after delimitation. Also, the holder's date of birth and gender are parallel to each other, located after the full name of the card holder. Occupation and voter's address follow right after, then the barcode, which is located at the top of the back of the card. A barcode is a machine-readable code in the form of a pattern. There is also a card serial number, which is a unique identifier assigned to each card to identify them, and it is located at the back of the card, parallel to the batch number. The batch number, however, carries a series of numbers similar to the polling unit code found in front of the card. Lastly, the fingerprint identifier is located under the holder's image, which is not easily seen. For clarity on any and every election-related question, kindly visit the INEC portal only for authentic information. While we bring you weekly reports on false information circulating on and off social media, a simple way to stop the spread of fake news is to verify any information before sharing them. Always remember that fake news causes damage with irreversible effects. For more details on the fact check, visit www.trustcheck.dailytrust.com and follow us on all our social media platforms at Trust TV News. Until I come your way next week, I am Hajara Hussaini Hassan.